Hello students, in the last lecture we have seen the dynamic vibration absorber. Okay, so dynamic vibration absorber is the system where there is a main system, and to this main system an auxiliary single degree of freedom system is attached, which is called absorber system. And when the absorber system get attached to the main system, then the whole system becomes 2 degree of freedom system, and the absorber system mitigates or reduces the vibration of the main system, and that is why it is the whole thing is called dynamic vibration absorber. So here we can see that this is the main machine or main system, M1, this is K1, this undergoes displacement as x1 and x1 double dot, this is acceleration, and this M1 is acted upon by harmonic excitation, that is F0 sin omega t, okay, where omega is the frequency of the external excitation. Now if you plot the amplitude, that is x1 of t versus omega by omega 1, okay, so the natural frequency of this system is under root k1 by m1. So this is the natural frequency of this single degree of main system, okay. Then this is 1, this is 2. So at 1 the omega by omega 1 equal to 1, that means omega is equal to omega 1, that means this system, then that means the excitation frequency matches with the natural frequency of the system, and we know that when the excitation frequency matches with the natural frequency of the system, resonance phenomena occurs, and at resonance the system vibrates with very high amplitudes, okay. So when at the resonance position, the system vibrates with a very high amplitude. Okay. So this is without absorber. So this is without absorber. Now when you attach an absorber system, M2, and stiffness is K2. So by attaching the absorber system, this becomes 2 degree of freedom system, and there will be 2 frequencies, okay. So there will be 2 frequencies. So there will be 2 frequencies. So when omega is equal to omega 1, so this we have designed this absorber system so that the external excitation frequency and the natural frequency of this system is equal. So for omega is equal to omega 2, so there will be so this is with absorber. So when there was only a machine that is without absorber, there is only one natural frequency, and when you attach an absorber system, then it becomes 2 degrees of freedom system, and there are 2 frequencies. The amplitude is reduced, but it creates 2 natural frequencies, okay. Now we have seen in the last video the responses of M1 and M2. So the response is x1 is given by xst. So this derivation we have seen in the last lecture. So that is 1 minus omega square upon omega 2 square upon omega to the power 4 upon omega 1 square omega 2 square minus 1 upon omega 1 square plus 1 upon omega 2 square plus mu upon omega 1 square omega square plus 1. Okay, where mu is m2 by m1, ratios of the masses, m2 by m1. Okay, so this is the response of the mass 1. Similarly, we have found out x2 is equal to xst upon omega to the power 4 omega 1 square omega 2 square minus 1 upon omega 1 square plus 1 upon omega 2 square plus mu upon omega 1 square omega square plus 1. So these are the responses. These are the responses of the mass m1 and mass m2. And from these responses we can say that when omega is equal to omega 2, when omega is equal to omega 2, that means when you design the absorber system in such a way that the natural frequency of the absorber system matches with that of the external excitation frequency, then x1 becomes 0. So x1 is equal to 0. So by designing a proper absorber system, we can actually bring the response of the main system to rest. Okay, so this is what we have learned. So omega 2 is nothing but omega 2 is equal to under root k2 by m2. That means by properly selecting the values of k2 and m2 so that omega is equal to omega 2, then we can actually bring the response of the main system to 0. Okay. Now this is one thing. Now when we require, now consider there is a main system only, K1, M1, and it is acted upon harmonic excitation F0 sin omega t. Now when we require vibration absorber, so vibration absorber is required when the external excitation frequency matches with the natural frequency of the main system. Okay. So when we require vibration absorber is only required when the external excitation frequency omega is equal to omega 1. Okay. Because if omega is equal to omega 1, then the resonance occurs and then this machine vibrates with a very high amplitude, and in that case we require a dynamic vibration absorber. Okay. So when the condition is that, or design the absorber in such a way that x2 in such a way that omega is equal to omega 1 is equal to omega 2. That means we select the values of m2 and k2 so that omega 2 is equal to omega 1. That means we need to design the dynamic absorber system for the resonance condition. For the resonance condition. This is the resonance condition. Omega is equal to omega 1. And we need to design the absorber system for this resonance condition. That means omega 1 is equal to omega 2. And this is called tuned dynamic vibration absorber. Okay, because we have tuned the parameters of the absorber system for omega 1, and this is called tuned dynamic vibration absorber. So when you select the absorber parameter such a way that it will be equal to the natural frequency of the main system, then the absorber system is called tuned dynamic vibration absorber. Okay, so that is the difference between the tuned and only dynamic vibration absorber. So we have seen that when the natural frequency of the absorber system matches with the natural frequency of the main system, because we need to reduce the vibration for the resonance condition. We need to design the absorber system for the resonance condition only, resonance condition of the main system, and that is why this is called tuned dynamic vibration absorber. Okay, so now we try to find out the responses of M1 and M2 in case of the tuned dynamic absorber system. So in tuned dynamic vibration absorber system, omega 1 is equal to omega 2. Okay, so put this value in, say this is equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. So put this value, put in equation 1. So if you replace omega 1 with omega 2, then x1 becomes, x1 is equal to xst into 1 minus omega square upon omega 2 square upon omega to the power 4 upon omega. Now replace omega 1 with omega 2. So this becomes omega 2 to the power 4 minus 1 upon omega 1 is replaced by omega 2 square plus 1 upon omega 2 square plus mu upon omega 2 square upon omega square plus 1. Okay. So here x1 is equal to xst upon 1 minus omega square upon omega 2 square upon omega to the power 4 upon omega 2 to the power 4 minus, now here take omega 2 square common. Okay, so in bracket it remains 2 plus mu, so 2 plus mu omega square upon omega 2 square plus 1. Okay. So this is equation number 3. Now same value omega 1 equal to omega 2 is now put in equation 2. So equation 2 becomes, so if you put omega 1 equal to omega 2 in equation 2, so x2 becomes 1 xst upon omega to the power 4 upon omega 2 to the power 4 minus, again the denominator part will remain exactly same as that of equation 3, so it will be minus 2 plus mu omega square upon omega 2 square plus 1. Okay, so this is equation number 4. So these are the responses of the two masses in case of tuned dynamic absorber system. Okay. Now here we have seen that when there is a single degree of freedom system, only main machine is there, then there is only one natural frequency. But when we attach the absorber system, then it will have two natural frequencies. Okay. So here also we have seen that this is only, without absorber there is only one natural frequency, and at when we attach the absorber system, so when omega is equal to omega 1, so the amplitude part comes to the rest. Okay, so this becomes 0. So the response becomes 0 when omega is equal to, so this is, since we are replacing omega 1 is equal to omega 2, so this is for tune. For the tune system, the omega by omega 1 is nothing but omega by omega 2. So for this tune system, there are two frequencies. This is represented by omega 1 and omega 2. So these are omega 1 and omega 2. Omega 1 and omega 2 are two natural frequencies of tuned absorber. So omega 1 and omega 2. Okay, so these are the two natural frequencies. These are the two natural frequencies of the 2 degree of freedom system. Now we will find out this omega 1 and omega 2 value, which is nothing but omega by omega 2. Now here if you observe the denominator part of equation 3 and denominator part of equation 4, then this is a frequency equation. So omega by omega 2. So this is nothing but omega upon omega 2 to the power 4 minus 2 plus mu omega by omega 2 square plus 1. Okay, and this is a quadratic equation for omega by omega 2. Okay, so if you equate it with 0, or this is a quadratic equation, this is a quadratic equation. This is a quadratic equation, and the roots of this quadratic equation can be easily found out. That is omega by omega 2 square is equal to minus b plus minus under root b square upon 4ac. So minus b is 2 plus mu plus minus under root b square, that is 2 plus mu square minus 4 into a is 1 and c is also 1 upon twice a. So twice a is 2 into 1. So if you, this is 1 plus mu by 2 plus minus take this 2 inside, so this becomes 2 plus mu whole square minus 4 upon 4. So this is 1 plus mu by 2 plus minus under root. So this is 4 plus 4 mu plus mu square minus 4 upon 4. So this 4 get cancelled, and if you take mu as common, so this becomes 1 plus mu by 2 plus minus under root. If you take 4 mu common, then here 1 plus mu into mu. If you take 4 mu common, then 4 get cancelled, so only mu remains. So this is 1 plus mu by 2, so this is omega by omega 2 square. So here omega 1, so here omega 1 is omega by omega 2. So omega 1 is nothing but omega by omega 2 whole square is equal to 1 plus mu by 2 So omega 1 is the lower natural frequency, lower first natural frequency. So we will take it as minus under root 1 plus mu into mu, and omega 2 is omega by omega 2 whole square is equal to 1 plus mu by 2 plus under root 1 plus mu into mu. So these are the two natural frequencies of the 2 degree of freedom system in case of tuned dynamic vibration absorber. Okay, so if you from this equation we can see that the natural frequency is the only function of mu. Here you don't find any other parameter other than mu. That means the natural frequencies of the 2 degree of freedom system is only depending upon the value of mu. So if you plot, so this is omega 1 equal to omega 2, and if you plot these values, then it will be something like this. So here there is mu we know it is mu is what, m2 by m1, and these are the omega 1, that is omega by omega 2, and this is omega 1 and omega omega 2 values. Okay. So now this mu is m2 by m1, and we know that if you increase the value of m2, then the value of mu is also increasing. So this is 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, like this. So for every value of mu, there are two. For every value of mu, there are two natural frequencies, omega 1 and omega 2. Similarly, so here also you will find there are two natural frequencies. Here also. So for every value of mu, there are two natural frequencies, and when the value of mu goes on increasing, then the difference between the two natural frequencies are also increasing. Okay. So when mu is equal to 0, that means there is no auxiliary system. So in that case, there is only one frequency, that is omega 1 is equal to omega 2. So there is only one frequency value. Now we know that x2 is equal to minus f0 by k2, and we know that omega 2 is equal to under root k2 by m2. So if you increase the value of m2, then it will increase k2 value. Okay. If you increase the value of m2, so if your m2 is here, so if you increase the value of m2, then k2 will increase, and if the k2 will increase, it will reduce the response of the absorber system. But if you increase the mass of the auxiliary system, mass of the absorber system, then it may affect the performance of the main system. You cannot add lot of mass as a absorber system, because if you add lot of mass to the absorber system, then the whole operation of the main system may get affected. So the auxiliary the M2 value should be 5 to 25% of the main mass. So the mass of absorber should be 5 to 25 of the main mass. So this is main mass. That means value of mu should be 0.05 to 0.25. It should not be more than 25% of the main mass. Okay. So if consider value of mu is 0.2, then there are two natural frequencies. So this is omega 1 and this is omega 2, and omega 1 and omega 2 are given by this formula. Okay. So this is something about the tuned dynamic vibration absorber. Okay. So the two frequencies are entirely governed by the ratio of the two masses. So I hope that you have understood the phenomena of tuned dynamic vibration absorber. We try to get more insight into the tuned dynamic vibration absorber by solving some of the new numericals. So we'll see the numericals in the next lecture, next video. So thank you for attending this.